You're about to listen to TADPOG. Tyler and Dave play old games. It's a comedy video game podcast. We would like to stress that the hosts are not experts and are really just very crass commentators. Seriously, this is an explicit podcast that happens to talk about video games sometimes. So please enjoy this pretty okay podcast with Tyler and Dave.
Hello, Internet.
I don't think that thunder is going to pick up on the mics.
Man, but it was nice, though, right as I started speaking.
Yeah.
Hello, Internet, and welcome to
a Call of Cthulhu actual play.
TADPOG After Dark, which is what we also call the morning commute to work.
Which no one is doing right now.
After dark. The morning commute to groceries, maybe.
Welcome to your COVID catch-up spree that you're doing right now. It's probably August.
Go to Dollar General to get a jar of pickles and thought, this is a longer drive. I'm just on the radio. I'm going to play a podcast.
I'm still listening to podcasts. I know like a lot of people aren't because
I still have my commute to work. So
yeah, but I still have something to listen. I need to listen to something while I'm playing Animal Crossing. So there is that. And if Zal's not streaming, it's like, okay, podcast.
The same, like, Muzak doesn't do it for you after 16 hours.
Oh, no. There is Muzak. I love the Muzak Animal Crossing style. It's great. It's always like this soft like elevator music trombone or something.
It is perfectly neutral. It is the ideal background music for just lazing about.
I had no idea Chuck Mangione did Animal Crossing.
It is very Chuck Mangione, yeah.
So, this is Tyler and Dave play old games. Where just out of boredom, we assembled some nice, simple, everyday tools and constructed our own dark god of chaos that tells us random video games to play off the Super Nintendo list.
Idle hands.
So this week, the randomizer chose for us No Escape.
No Escape.
I think it sent you guys a message. There is no escaping the randomizer.
Yeah, right.
So, of course, we had to find our favorite no-escapologist, Sandwich Pope Phil Hawkins. Hello, Phil.
Hey, Phil.
That is me. Sorry, that was a cue for me to actually speak, and I completely just, was looking at the little bouncing voice recorder on my computer, so...
No, it's all good. You're just keeping everybody in suspense. It's fine. I do it all the time, too.
Truncate silence, we'll get rid of that anyway, so...
Yeah,
I'm not going to use it on this one.
This would be a weird one.
Yeah. The one where we say hi to Phil and there's 8 seconds of silence. I'm going to what's the reverse of truncate silence? I'm going to add silence. It'll be 20 seconds of silence.
Untricate.
Untricate. That's like a spell or an energy drink. Untricate black.
Untricate rain blast.
That's the Snapple energy drink.
So, Phil, you are familiar with this movie? Is why you want to be on this episode?
I am, yeah. I invited myself onto your show, and you graciously accepted because...
you are always welcome to do. Not everyone. That's Phil's privilege.
That's what he earned, being a sandwich pope.
I try to use it sparingly. It's like a nice spice. You don't want too much of your sandwich pope in your meal, or else it starts to spoil. So, but yeah, I'm a big action movie fan and have a very vast VHS collection of 80s and 90s action movies, among many other things. So although I had never played this game, I am familiar with the Ray Liotta vehicle No Escape, and was excited for the opportunity to rewatch the movie and talk about it with you guys. And excited that it was free on YouTube. It's just on there, so if anyone wants to watch it, they can.
Imagine that.
Yeah.
That's where all the good movies are, free in its entirety on YouTube.
I was about to say, it's great. I think it's awesome that you have these on VHS, because that is clearly how No Escape is meant to be watched, on VHS.
Yeah.
And also, the free version that is on YouTube, I'm pretty sure was ripped from VHS, because the maximum quality you can play it at is 360p. And it's like, it's great. It's fine when I play it on a monitor 10 feet away. It's fine.
Yeah. It is taking you back 30 years. It's a wonderful experience.
Oh, and this is like, I'm glad you said taking you back 30 years because like this week is like the anniversary of No Escape coming out in theaters, I think.
It was
Randomizer
released
works in mysterious ways.
first week of May, 1994. So almost, 26, 27 years to the date.
Man, I was almost 10 years old.
Did you go see this in the theaters, Tyler?
First movie I ever saw in the theater, I believe, was Hook. And I was probably a little bit younger than 10 years old, I bet.
Hook
I
was
like. I think your parents
92.
gave you the choice.
Hook and then The Mask.
Somebody.
And that was pretty
stop
much
me.
it. That was it until Forrest Gump we watched out of, and then Elf, I guess.
The
Which
Mask
we also walked out of.
and Forrest Gump both came out the same year as No Escape. I did my deep dive of movie research in there. This was a big ass year for movies. So there's a good reason why No Escape maybe didn't do so well. It's because people were watching actually good films instead.
Are you trying to imply that No Escape is not a good film?
I think it's a forgettable action movie. Demolition Man had come out like 4 months earlier, and
Oh God, poor No Escape.
True Lies came out like a month after this, so No Escape got buried. It debuted number 1 and then made $10 million after that. The rest of the way.
Yeah, No Escape is the lettuce in that action movie sandwich.
Yeah, that is about 90% of my research, though. So I'm gonna be silent the rest of the way.
Perfect. We'll untruncate.
Well, before we roll into all just the nitty gritty of No Escape, both the movie and the Super Nintendo game, I am your bird host, Tyler. I am.
How are you?
Don't try to tell me I'm not. Also, I walked out of, my parents made me walk out of Love Actually, not Elf. Elf was wonderful. We walked out of Love Actually into Elf.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I was about to ask what was it in Elf that made your family walk out?
Will Ferrell would annoy my dad to the point he would have to leave a movie theater unless he's Ricky Bobby. Other than that, then like my dad would walk out of a Will Ferrell movie. Absolutely.
Tyler, what would you say is the percentage of films that your parents walk out of?
They don't go see many movies.
I know,
at all.
so it could be like
I can think of 3. I've seen
30%.
3 movies with them in my entire life. So that was Hook, Captain Ron, and Elf.
You mean in the theaters,
In the
right?
theaters.
Right,
Yeah.
okay.
And I cannot think of a movie we sat down and watched as a family either.
I know you guys didn't watch a lot of movies, but
yeah, I'd say 3. Those 3.
Henry tried to watch No Escape with
And then
me.
my dad's movie. My dad was in a short film, so
What's that one
those are
called?
the 4. I can't remember. We watched it actually not too long ago.
Really?
The guy who directed Coal Miner's Daughter was the one who shot it. It was like one of his debut. He won some sort of a grant to come film it, and he came here and filmed it.
I know the movie you're talking about, but I also cannot think of the name of it
Yeah.
because I remember my mom making a big deal about it, and I was like,
Starring
oh, "That's cool."
a young Randy Holland.
what was your dad's role in it?
He was pretty much the main character. He was the boy that was abused by his illiterate preacher father. So once the mother died that abused, the son tries to run away, the father keeps kidnapping him and abusing him, makes him read passage out of the Bible to him because the father can't read. It was a good little short film.
Is this on IMDb? Do you know? Have you looked for it?
Where can we find
I've
this?
Googled it, and you do find a few mentions of it. In the director, it talks about like it being one of his starting film.
Don't mind me. I'm just looking it up. You guys can talk. It's cool.
Well, we do have a package from the Cowans, so it didn't feel like hot sauce. So I thought it was appropriate to open with Phil on, so we didn't have to try hot sauce while he sits there.
Okay.
I can feel it, and it is a Super Nintendo game. Tell by the feel, and revealed. Oh yes, The Hunt for Red October.
Yeah.
Yes.
With this, because that has Super Scope segments.
Scope compatibility.
Yeah. But it's just segments from what I've read. The whole game isn't a Super Scope game. It's just like you play a little bit, and then it's like you can play this part with the Super Scope if you want to pick it up real quick.
You want to make sure there are 6 batteries in it, and it's turned on, and it's calibrated.
It's only the Sean Connery dating simulator bits that you use the Super Scope with.
I've never seen that movie, Red October, but I hear about it all the time. Everyone always talks about the use of language in that movie, where they go from speaking Russian to English seamlessly, and everyone's like that's a big deal. So I'll take everyone's word for it.
Well, that's on the list. There's a lot of movie to SNES titles, and that's going to be one of them eventually.
Oh, hell yeah. Well, let's see. Phil, what have you been up to?
I've been stuck in my house for about 2 months now, and we're surviving as best as possible. It helps that we got a new cat over Christmas.
Ooh, tell us about this cat.
Yeah, for Harold Arthur's birthday, Christmas present. We took him out to the Humane Society, and he got to pick out and choose a kitten. And we got him early January, and he's been a delight. He's a bastard, and I love him. He's great.
What about the cat? Ayo.
His name is Blackberry.
Blackberry. Okay, I like that.
He is all black, mostly black. He's got a little white tuft on him, but so we already have 2 cats that Bulbasaur and I picked out. And she let me name them, and I picked out Bogomil and Rosewood, which are movie character names from Beverly Hills Cop. And those had been from a list of I probably wrote down like 10 to 12 different action movie characters like Riggs and Murtaugh or Tango and Cash, like trying to find a name for these cats. So when we were trying to get Arthur, since this was his cat, trying to get him to come up with a list to name him, and he was just like, all right, Blackberry. Like, well, okay, well, what else? He's like, no, that's it. He's going to be Blackberry.
Blackberry.
So
It's my favorite phone.
Applaud your device. Here's the size of this. I love that. Me and Obama.
No, it's perfect.
Blackberry.
I love it. I got my keyboard and everything. I got my weird 4-directional D-pad on this thing. It's great. So you didn't try to convince him to name him Robbins after Ray Liotta's character in No Escape?
No. If I would have, I think I would have kept with the Beverly Hills Cop theme and either named him Taggart or Axel if it was up to me, so that they'd all be, under the same motif, naming-wise.
I haven't seen all of those movies.
I've never seen one.
I don't think I've seen 3, which I hear is terrible. I think 3 came out in 1994.
I remember seeing a bunch of scenes for it on like weird clip shows like on cable.
Yeah.
You remember when they used to do that? Where it's just
Yeah.
like, here's a show that's just clips from movies that we have the rights to for some reason and don't want them to go to waste.
So like, fill half an hour. Here you go.
Right, yeah. We don't want to show you the whole movie, but here are scenes from
Just
that
a
movie.
wonderful little taste.
Succinct.
I'm not familiar with this.
I remember watching it like it was almost. I would watch in the like on HBO over my aunt's house. I'd watch those like between 2 movies.
Yeah.
Full length movie, 15 minutes of movie clips, then another full movie.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I remember too.
That's bizarre. I've never experienced that before. I didn't know that was the thing.
Maybe we can find some online and we can watch them together. We can experience the magic.
Be our
together.
next Netflix movie night. We just watch the first 10 minutes of like 6 movies.
Grim streamed the despecialized Star Wars trilogy on Discord this past weekend. That was cool.
How do you get a hold of those?
I don't know.
His
George
original-
Lucas.
He knows Grim knows George Lucas.
This Beverly Hills Cop 3 came out 4 weeks after No Escape. They were released within a month of each other.
Shit.
So No Escape really had no chance.
No chance.
No chance to survive. Make your time.
Guess which one made more money?
Oh, definitely go for Beverly Hills Cop 3.
It made $119 million.
Good Lord.
94 money? That's like $1 billion.
94.
I know how
Escape.
much No Escape opened for because you
Yeah.
told me on Twitch chat.
$4 million opening. Number 1 in the nation.
That deserves to be a Super Nintendo game. Perfect. But real quick, I want to wish one best Twitch moderator ever, Zalnop, had a birthday last week. I don't know if we mentioned it. Someone's happy birthday to Zalnop.
Happy birthday, Zal.
Happy birthday.
And long time fan, Frederick Snyder, had a beautiful baby girl this week. So happy birthday.
Happy birthday,
baby
beautiful
Snyder.
baby girl.
Yeah.
Also, a very excellent moderator on Twitch.
Yes.
Just very talented.
So I realized something driving over here,
All right.
I was listening to last podcast on the left. They're talking about a serial killer whose MO is hitting people in the head with a hammer a few times to kind of knock them out or kill them that way, and then proceed to stab them like 40 or 50 times.
Seems excessive. Seems
It's
like something's
Something
like,
a serial killer might do.
There's like an underlying problem, I think, with this person.
And Marcus says ball peen hammer.
Yeah.
Ball peen.
Yeah.
So that is the correct way of saying that. Ball peen, like,
Yeah.
here's my peen, chuck up my balls. Ball. Peen,
There's only
hammer.
one. I was in a horrific
just one.
farming accident when
Yeah.
I was 8.
Just hiding under this peen is
It's one
single ball.
Yeah. And a little bit of a little pouch, an empty pouch next to it.
So I know in the Call of Cthulhu, the Piggy Palace,
Yeah.
there is a very tense scene involving a ball peen hammer that I know I called a ball ping hammer many, many times.
A ball ping.
Ping. P-I-N-G is what I said.
I didn't-
Ball ping.
I did not pick up
Didn't
on
know
it.
that.
No.
So I was 35 when I found out it's a ball peen hammer.
If I would have noticed that after recording, I would have pulled you aside and been like, "It's ball peen." I don't know if you want to edit that in, but no, I didn't.
I mean, you'd figure an ace carpenter like me would know, with very handyman that I am, it's
I
ball
know.
peen hammer.
I call you Ty Pennington all the time.
Yeah.
Can't stop you from leveling shelves.
Building big elaborate things and then showing them to people. It's wonderful. It's my thing. Take off my shirt all the time.
Constantly. I'm always like, put your shirt on. Put your shirt on. Put those sawhorses away. It's Thanksgiving.
How about you, Dave? What have you been up to this week?
I picked up Streets of Rage 4. So that came out at the end of last month, and I've been playing that. I finished that in a day. So that was cool for $25. But I mean, I kind of knew what I was getting into because it's like, I mean, it's a beat 'em up, and there's some replayability there. It's good. I mean, the art style is really good and the sound's really good. They nail the feel of like Streets of Rage for sure. It's just like, there you go.
Is Skate in it?
Skate is unlockable, but they do it in a weird way, like, because it's like all the unlockable characters from previous games are pixel art, and everything else is like
very stylized,
like hand drawn almost. So it's just like they look completely out of place. It's essentially like Roger Rabbit, where you've got like tunes running around. It's pretty much that. So I'm not a huge fan of that decision. I feel like they should have just redrawn them, but whatever.
They'll love this. It's a lot easier. Just cut and paste, throw it in there. It's fine.
So in between long bouts of Animal Crossing, that's what I've been playing.
Phil, you been playing anything else interesting while you're in quarantine?
I have been playing Animal Crossing. Harold Arthur picked that up. He bought it with his own savings, and I have been playing off of his island, which is a bit of... it's not the greatest. I'm having a lot of issues with Nintendo's one system, one island policy, and because Arthur... And I'm totally fine with this. Because he started this, he bought it, it's his, like, he can be in charge of it. But I am constantly, like, blocked, like, progress blocked, because only the person whose island it is can make certain progressive changes, and I'm kind of left to softscape the island, doing a lot of flower gardens and forests and other landscaping things, while Arthur takes care of building bridges and building shops and things that I'm not allowed to participate in, which is, again, not the greatest decision that Nintendo made.
I don't like that either at all.
I don't like that it doesn't cloud save, because it's like...
I felt bad for Wes. Wes lost his 80 hours of gameplay.
And then, so that terrified me, because I was like, shit, I got like 200 hours in this motherfucker. So I did a search. I was like, my save file is corrupted, Animal Crossing New Horizons. And it was just like, like the scene in like The Matrix where like all the guns show up. It was like that, but it was just comments of people saying, my save is gone. And it's like, should I stop playing this game until this is sorted out, or will it ever be sorted out?
Sean Muldowney said he could get me a blue Switch Lite, and I was thinking about it, and I read that, and I was like, all right, maybe I'm not going to play Animal Crossing because that will happen to me, and I don't want that to happen.
Why do you think it would happen to you?
Just because.
Just because?
Because.
Do you feel like the universe conspires against you?
No, I just think it would happen. I think if
Really?
I went out and bought a new Switch for it, it would
Yeah?
happen.
Really?
Yeah.
Like you're pressing your luck a little bit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I know that
A
feeling.
second Swish, Tyler? Oh, no. No.
A blue one?
You're allowed a little bit of happiness, but not that much.
Tyler can have a blue Switch Lite as a treat.
That's a treat. But not his own island and safe. No.
That is true. Yes, I'm terrified about losing that.
God, no, man, that is fucking scary. Ugh.
Because it's like, when I read the comments, I was like, what's the fix to this? Like, what's the response? And the response is essentially, I don't know, man. Try reinstalling the game. I don't know. Cool.
Yeah, God.
Sweet.
It is. That's fucking horseshit. Nintendo, come on.
So I don't know. I did see that. I don't know. This is anecdotal, but I did see that a lot of it was happening to digital downloads. But that might just because the majority of people bought it digitally. You know what I mean? Because I
So the
imagine
sample size for that is just larger.
It's larger. So who knows if that has anything to do with it?
Yeah.
But I am using it as like my security blanket, where it's like I bought the physical copy. I'll be fine.
Yeah, God loves me. God
Yeah,
loves the little children
yeah.
who bought all the physical copies.
That's right. Keeping the plastic.
The big brave dogs who went out to brave COVID to get Animal Crossing are rewarded.
Keeping the plastic manufacturers in business.
God
Don't look out
punishes
for
the
me.
cowards, the house cowards.
Big cartridge has got my back. There also, this is a little bit of a horrible segue, but there's going to be a Soda Jerks t-shirt.
Oh yeah. Oh, I'm so happy. So happy.
I want that.
Amazon merch was like, for a long time, they were like, we're not doing anything because of this COVID thing. And it's like, I get it, totally. So I don't know when it's going to go live, but Jonathan Wilson made some fantastic Soda Jerks art.
Oh yes. God yes.
That I believe was posted on the TADPOG Nation Facebook group. So that art will be made into a shirt. He's donated that to us, which is amazing.
Oh yeah.
Does Jonathan have a title?
Yes, he needs a title. You are correct.
Sketchromancer.
Sketchromancer?
Yeah,
Oh, okay,
he's
good,
got
good,
one.
good,
He's got
good,
one.
good.
Yeah.
Okay, forgotten. Perfect. He's our own realm. Love it. Sketchromancer.
Yeah, we can exploit his ability to instantly kill enemies. So be careful if you buy the shirt.
Yeah.
Make sure you're a fan if you buy the shirt. That's all we're saying. It's a warning.
Don't bootleg it.
Yes.
Don't you do it.
So other than that, I just watched No Escape this weekend. Henry tried to watch it with me, and it's like every time he would come in, someone was yelling bastard or shit. And it was like,
Shit bastard.
or shit bastard. Like he walked in, there's a scene in the movie.
That's a big pile of bastard shit. Well, shit, you bastard.
There's a scene in the movie where Ray Liotta is drinking fermented piss, I think. And then like every other word in that scene is shit, fuck, or bastard. And it's like I am watching it on a computer, and so I don't have a remote to pause it or anything. Henry just comes in, plops down on the bed, shit, fuck, bastard. And it's like I'm scrambling to get up to like pause it. Meanwhile, I'm like, get out, get out, get out.
Siri, turn off YouTube.
So, yeah, there we go. And I paused it. I was like, that's why we'd never drink pee.
That's what you'll say, and you'll get in trouble.
Right.
Don't drink pee.
Don't drink pee.
Don't be like Bear Grylls.
Do you think he really drank his own pee? I doubt it.
I don't know.
I don't think he did.
Got a pee story, though.
You got a pee story?
I got a pee story.
Is it about drinking your own pee?
No. It's about that bad, though. Not quite. No, well, not almost. It's about half that bad.
Half as bad
Take
as-
that, take it, put it about half.
All right, okay.
So, out here in Tadpog,
The Holland deck.
the Holland deck. Thank you. So
You're welcome.
It's not the blanket fort.
I
It's
saw
not
you.
the annex. What is this
Yeah.
place?
I saw your eyes searching.
Where do I live? So this room where I am working and quarantining.
Your forever place.
Yes.
Yeah, this is where everything happens.
So during the day when people are outside, of course, I pee into red Solo cups and dump them outside.
You have to give a little bit of background on why you do that.
I don't have a bathroom out
There we go. Okay.
Well, I have a toilet. It's just fun for me.
Yeah, this is some guys hit people with ball peen hammers. I pee in cups. This is how I cope.
So I mean, there's a huge triangular piece of dead grass right outside my door where I dumped the pee.
I've dumped my pee on that same triangle.
It's like the Lost Island or whatever in Final Fantasy VI. It's my little homage.
Yeah. I thought you were going like Dharma Initiative or something there.
Triangle Island where you get go-go. It's a little homage there.
Sure.
So because of course then at night
Hadley Stevenson did not do well on his piss platform.
then at night I don't want to get up and go outside, so I pee in a solo cup I keep beside on my nightstand. So it was during the day, and I was cleaning out the fridge that's out here, and I handled that devil stretch, demon Satan stretch, whatever that hot sauce that I believe Joey brought. That was
I think Paul brought that.
Paul brought that.
Yeah.
Paul brought that. Fuck you, Paul, for doing that, because it got it all in my fridge. It spilled.
It's not his fault.
Everything. It's your fault. Bring more solid hot sauce bottles.
I'm pretty sure Paul Anderson brought that.
And of course, it got all over my hands. I peed. It got on my dick.
Yeah.
And of course, it burned. But it was really irritating my hands under my fingernails. So beside the fridge, I have one red Solo cup about 3/4 the way full of piss that I have not dumped out yet. I grab a fresh one and pour it about 3/4 the way full of milk.
Okay. All right. The old ball and cup game.
Yeah. Set it beside it. I get like a text message. I turn around, I clean off my hands, answer my text message, turn back around in a hurry to get the milk onto my hands, soak my hands. I grab a cup, I go outside, and I put my hands in it and pour it all over my hands. I was like, that worked a little bit, but not like I thought. And man, that milk got warm quick.
Man, this milk smells like frothy piss.
I went back inside and saw 3/4 glass of milk still sitting on my counter.
Also a horrible time to not have plumbing in your living place.
Yep.
So what'd you do? Hand sanitize the fuck out of your hands?
Hand sanitize and sanitizer wipe my hands very, very well.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Yeah.
And then the milk?
Then the milk I ate with Oreos.
Yeah. I've discovered something over quarantine, and that is that store brand Oreos, pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah, they're pretty good.
My dad prefers them.
I think I might be with your dad, dude. I mean, they don't have the fancy like quadruple stuffed or anything like that. But I mean, just for like a straight up Oreo knockoff, not bad.
Pretty good.
Yeah, not bad. They're Chips Ahoy knockoffs.
Oreo's the knockoff.
Yeah, I know. From what, Hydrox?
Hydrox.
Long live Hydrox.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I've never had, so I guess they still exist.
I had them a long time ago.
What'd you think? What was your take?
I like Oreos more.
Yeah.
It's probably just bias in my head.
Yeah, it could be. We could do a blind taste test.
We should. The Hydrox Oreo TADPOG challenge. Glass of milk, glass of piss, Hydrox and Oreo. Well, you ready to talk about No Escape?
No Escape.
Yeah.
Yes.
You hear that, Dave?
I do hear that. It sounds like No Escape, a movie that came out and made $4 million in opening weekend. It sounds like the sounds of marching footsteps and then Ray Liotta shooting a man, his commanding officer, in the head. Because that's how the movie starts.
Oh, why did you do that for?
Spoilers for No Escape, if anybody wants to actually watch the movie. Skip ahead, I guess, till next episode, because I don't know how.
Go ahead, watch No Escape and then come back.
Right. We'll be waiting.
I didn't, but you might want to.
You might want to, yeah. I mean, look, it's one of those movies where, like, I
mean, we give, like, Ren and Stimpy spoilers for the Fire Dogs episode.
Yeah, spoilers. John Kay did horrible things. I don't know. No Escape isn't one of those movies where I feel like it hinges on the twists and turns of the plot. Ray Liotta's character, Robbins, did it because his commanding officer told him to go in and kill 150 women and children on an island. And then the military covered it up.
Oh, okay.
And then, so Ray Liotta's character, Robbins, he goes to super prison. He goes to super jail because he did that thing, not the women and children thing, because he shot his commanding officer. And then they take him to the super prison, and they are like, okay, we need something better than a super prison. We're going to send you to island prison.
Ooh.
And then they send him to island
Sounds
prison.
romantic.
Yeah, it seems like a really bad idea to have, like, you've got a really super secure prison, and then you
No,
take...
we're just going to let him loose on an island.
Yeah, let's just let him go on an island.
Australia Junior.
Yeah, baby Australia. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. They probably won't, like, I don't know, war with each other or, like, find ways to escape or anything. It seems like if you've got a small room with bars, that's probably going to do a better job than a big giant island.
Yep.
It seems like they are encouraging the war, though. Spoilers, again, there are two factions of prisoners. There is, like, the Western, like, faction, and then there is, like, the tribal faction. And the prison wardens only fly over and give supplies to the tribal faction. So they're really trying to encourage a lot of conflict between the two.
Which, yeah, they are, but I agree with that, but it's like, that doesn't seem like super efficient.
No,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like all these dystopian future movies. Like they sound like a neat idea until you actually get to the logistics of it. And it's just like, well, why would they do that?
Right.
It's like Mystery Science Theater. Like, no. I'm going to make you watch bad movies.
Right.
I'm a villain.
Right. Is this the simplest way to handle this problem? Not at all. Fuck it. Fuck it. I don't know. And which is even crazier because in the beginning of the movie, they're like, the prison institution has been privatized worldwide. So this is like, that makes no sense on multiple levels because, like,
So
no
there's
company.
one prison corporation who owns every prison.
All the prisons. And no prison corporation is going to be like, let's waste a bunch of money, dude. Just like, let's just put these dudes out on an island.
We've got too much money and too much power. You want to make Australia too?
Yeah,
man.
Let's make Australia too.
Only instead of them evolving as a people, let's bolster the psychopaths though. Like, let's do that. Let's make it like Australia 2 Fallout Vault version.
Have you guys ever heard Adam Carolla's pitch for his movie called Pedif Isle?
No.
It is exactly what it sounds like. It is a futuristic dystopian society where all the world's pedophiles have been placed on a prison island, and a tour group of Cub Scouts lands on Pedif Isle, and they have to escape from all the pederasts on the island. It's fantastic. I'll send you guys the link to post in the show notes.
Please.
He's been practicing this bit over many years. It's great. I love it.
So Phil, what do you think about No Escape? Like, that's pretty much the plot, right? I mean, we pretty much did it.
It's an action movie. I like the premise, but Ray Liotta isn't an action star, and I know, like, he kind of did this because he wasn't an action star and he wanted a chance to do an action movie. And so, like, I don't regret him that. Like, if I had the opportunity to star in my own action movie, I'd say, fuck yeah, let's do it. But I don't think, like,
would you say, I think that's a mistake? Would you even, like, give him that, like, room?
Give him what room?
To like consider their thing, because, like, if someone approached me and was like, "Hey, you want to be in a movie as an action star?" I think I'd be like, "You give that a little bit of thought."
I mean, if I were an actor, yes, just out of the blue, you newspaper journalist, would you like to be in this action movie about a prison island? I'd be like, that's a weird decision to come to me with, but I'll.
Would you mind
it.
calling my friend Jacob York and telling him about the offer that you just made me?
Sir, if you pass on this, we have a graphic designer on the line who's willing to do it.
I'm more of a comedy or porn sort of guy.
Yeah.
Are you sure you don't need one of those?
And by porn kind
Maybe
of guy,
a comedy porn?
and by porn kind of guy, I'd be like watching it.
Do you got anything in, like, an erotic thriller, like a Jade sort of premise that we could do?
Out of Eden, but like about edging, maybe?
Do you have a script?
Edging out of Eden?
Do you have a script where a dude just scrolls through comments on Pornhub and drinks?
Speaking of drinking, I'm drinking the strangest midlife Crisis concoction, which is Malibu and Fresca. So I'm not sure.
All right. How is it?
It's all right.
All right.
It's all right. I'm not sure grapefruit's natural pairing is coconut, but it's okay.
Do you guys like Ray Liotta? Like not in No Escape, but just in general. Like, do you like Ray Liotta's acting?
Phil,
No.
go ahead.
Like, I'm trying to think what all that I've really enjoyed him in besides Goodfellas.
Did you
And
like
even
Goodfellas? Yeah.
even in Goodfellas, he's overshadowed by the bigger stars in there.
Absolutely.
So I'm not sure. I've never really considered. Ray Liotta is a name, but not one that I am ever drawn to as an acting personality.
I liked him a lot as the big scary dog in The Sandlot 3. I thought that was really good.
I mean, I've seen his magnum opus, so I don't know if it gets any better than that.
His magnum opus?
Yeah.
What's that?
Wild Hogs.
Oh, he's in Wild Hogs.
He's
I
the
can't remember
villain.
that.
He's the villain in Wild Hogs.
What was? I forgot about that.
I didn't know Wild Hogs had a villain in it.
Oh,
Why would it need a
yeah,
villain?
yeah.
Isn't it about like 4 biker dads?
Yeah, I thought midlife.
Yeah, they
was
run across like a real bad biker gang and piss off their leader, Ray Liotta.
I thought I thought the villain was Midlife Crisis.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Well, that's the true villain, but
What was Ray Liotta's motorcycle?
that's like having cancer and getting hit by a car. It's like, sure, like the real villain is Midlife Crisis, but Ray Liotta's that car you got to deal with. It's going to hit you. But it took a good many years for my mom to stop telling me how much I would love Wild Hogs.
Have you seen it? Did you watch? You watched it because you know Ray Liotta's
I did
the villain.
watch it, yeah.
And then what'd you tell her?
I'm like, thanks. Not really my thing. I don't think you know my sense of humor very well, but you probably know about it as well as I portray it to you. So I guess that's for what I give you about my sense of humor, solid recommendation.
So what I want to know is what you tell your mom and what you like. For her to be like, I know what Tyler
Let me
would
tell
like.
you of a pitch called Pedophile. Well, this game is my least favorite. Well, 3/4 of it is my least favorite kind of game.
Oh, a bartering game?
Well, what's the 1/4 of it that I don't mind? The bartering's fine, but the cinematic platforming. I would rather play a soccer game than a cinematic platform.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Jesus fucking Christ, man. That's harsh.
Yeah, I'll play. Hey, let's play Mega Man Soccer. I think I'm going to be into that. And they're like, okay, that's a soccer game I like. Can't name a cinematic platformer that I like.
All right, I guess that's fair. But I mean, I don't know. I feel like that's, oh man, I'm not with you on that. I hate soccer games. Mega Man Soccer, I feel like it's probably going to be a very special case.
Yeah.
But ugh.
I've never played Mario Strikers. I'd be down to try Mario Strikers.
Yeah, Mario Strikers is fun. Yeah, I like those. But I mean, they're like kind of soccer
They're
games.
good.
You know what I mean?
They're soccer games, but like fun.
Yeah.
So they're different than regular soccer
Yeah, they're for
games.
soft boys. It's no big deal. I like Animal Crossing. It's cool.
But Phil, did you play this game very much after you caught up on the movie?
Nope, not at all. I played zero of it. I looked up video of it, and there is some parts of it that are true to the game. The first level is kind of a recreation of one of the scenes where Ray Liotta is escaping from the Outsiders. That's the evil prison gang. And then they do have the bartering side of it. They do have these 16-bit images of Lance Henriksen and Ernie Hudson and all the other characters from the movie. But the game looked, especially watching you play it, David, looked very difficult to navigate, like all cinematic platformers.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely felt like a cinematic platformer, like for sure. Like,
Yeah.
where it's like, okay, I pressed the B button to jump, and I gotta wait like 2 seconds for it to happen. And you pull yourself up on ledges and stuff. I mean, it's rotoscoped, like Prince of Persia was rotoscoped. So I mean, it's definitely pulling from Prince
Sudden
of Persia.
pitfalls and shit. And
Yeah,
out of
absolutely.
the blue, swinging spike clubs that get you, and
the combat.
Enemies that are really, really fucking strong and you're not.
Yeah, they're all armed. Yeah, with like crossbows and blow guns and stuff like that. And you pretty much have your fists unless you want to figure out how to craft a weapon. This game does have a crafting system in it, which I think is very ambitious and a very cool idea. Extremely poorly executed because it's like I didn't make a single fucking thing. I played the game for 3 hours, made several trades with the insiders, and never made a single thing. Never made a thing. No one gives you recipes. I know, I'll look on Game Facts. Nope, I won't, because there is fucking nothing here, buddy. I know, I'll look in the instruction manual. Oh, the instruction manual says there are 150 items in this game, and they just leave it at that. So you're telling me out of 150 items, in the instruction manual, they say, not all these items are useful. So you have to sift through like what's useful or not, and because you're on a deserted island, it's like leather belts. Are these useful? I don't know. Like maybe I could fashion some kind of.
Does anybody need some belts?
Right?
Is anybody an anime ninja? Do you need non-functional belts for anything?
Anybody's pants falling down and they're really embarrassed about it? So yeah, I never made a single thing, and I thought I got really close because like. One of the people you trade with, it might have been Ernie Hudson's character, I don't know. It's like, no, it's actually the guy who looks like a pug that's also Hitler. Like if they made an all dog World War II movie, like this would be Hitler. He tells you like, oh yeah, I got this thing. I don't know, it's like an antenna or something. Maybe you can trade it to the techno gang. And it's like, okay, cool. So I traded for that, and then I go to the techno gang's level, and no one's like, hey man, you got an antenna, can I have it? Instead, they just shot me with crossbows.
And look like what you said, Ponce de Leon.
Yes, they're conquistadors from the top up.
Basketball players from the bottom down.
Yeah, I was about to say it's conquistadors if they have on basketball shorts and like the sorting hat that sort of looks like a conquistador helmet because it's floppy.
Yeah.
But they do look like weird conquistadors.
Well, when the prison system does their supply drop, they need to have a little fun.
All right, well here's all the off-brand sorting hats and the team who lost the NBA Finals basketball shorts.
Yeah, they're donated. Yeah. Essentially, they're a tax write-off for an NBA team. There are like 5 areas in the game that you can choose to explore. Each area in the game on the map on the island is an individual gang's area, which they do not touch on this in the movie at all. It's like a footnote in the movie where like the leader of the outsider who has like perfect teeth, like just the best, like he's got the best dental plan on the island. He's been there, I think he said, for like 15 years, and man, not a cavity, not a single one. There's a footnote in the movie where he says, I've united all the gangs. Okay. So until then, we didn't know there were a bunch of different gangs, but in the game, there definitely are. There are the techno gang, which are the conquistadors.
Yeah, they just have generators sitting around, like a whole bunch of generators.
They have generators, and they use them to set up.
They're malfunctioning.
Yeah, no, well, all you gotta do is kick them. You just kick the generator, and it switches off. But they like use these generators to like have electrified fields, like traps on the ground, which are instant kills. If you walk on one of those, it's an instant kill. So that sucks. There are the mole men. I didn't even get to see the mole men because you try to.
Why would you? They're in the dark.
Exactly. You need some kind of light source. So if you try to go to the mole men's area, the game's like, you got to have a light source. So I got to the point where I was trading with the insiders, and I'm like, okay, I got a butane lantern, and I have butane fuel. I should be able to combine these together to get a light source. And I couldn't do it. I didn't like it. I took those two things. So it's like, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Like, I don't know. Am I missing a third element? Like, do I need to make fire? Like, it's detailed enough to be.
Man's red flower.
Right.
That's what you forgot.
Yeah. I got to find Mowgli so I can go see the mole men.
Yeah, that'd be where I'd be. Those are my people.
The mole men?
The mole men.
Yeah, they might be mine too. I don't know. So I never got to visit the mole men, unfortunately. I'm sure they're lovely people. Then there's Merrick's gang. Merrick has taken over a hotel. I don't know why there was a hotel on this island. Maybe he made it. I don't know. But they are heavily armed.
Before I was arrested, I was a hotel manager.
Hotel manager? It was a concierge with dreams of becoming a hotel manager. Now I can finally do it. So they're a whole gang. And then you've got I think they're called the Tree Dwellers. And they are essentially naked dudes with blowguns.
Yep.
And then that's pretty much it. You can go, so in these areas, you find supplies, and those supplies are used to trade with the insiders. So it's kind of got that's a cool game loop. Like, I think that's neat, but the problem is I feel like there's not enough explanation to know what the fuck you're supposed to do. It's a lot of trial and error. It felt a lot to me like the games I would play in 1988, like in DOS, and be like, yeah, I mean, I could spend a couple weeks playing this game because it's the only game I have and figure it out and then end up loving it because I figured it out. But like, that's pretty much all that there is to like about this game, except for the sound. I think the music's awesome. I love the music in this game.
I remember you saying that I was watching you play it on Twitch.
Yeah, I thought the music was surprisingly good because I figured it was just all going to be like that, like Sega Genesis Jurassic Park soundtrack, where it's
this game looks like that very much.
It looks like it could have been a Jurassic Park game that they were just like, what's the hot property right now?
Oh man, No Escape's number one.
Number one in the box office, 4 million. Let's do it.
It's 1994. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, right.
Cancel the 4 weddings and a funeral game. Produce this instead.
So, I mean, that is pretty much.
I don't even know
the
how
game.
you beat it, right? Because you just cycle through these levels. I guess until you craft the right thing and go to the right level and do the right thing with the
and
item.
escape. Yep, you have to craft a way to escape from the island. Yeah. I've read that there are multiple ways to do it, but I don't know. I couldn't find a FAQ on it. I found a few YouTube videos, and most of those videos are just like, "This game sucks," and it's like, "That's it." Roll credits.
You gotta go to King and get the Yoshi doll. Then you go to Father and trade the Yoshi doll for a can of dog food.
Right.
The dog food you go and you trade for bananas. The bananas you go to trade the monkey, you get a stick.
Yeah, Super Mario RPG handled this trading mechanic a whole lot better, I think. Yeah, I don't know if the controls were better. Even in the trading thing and with the insiders, the controls are super bad. I'm always like accidentally exiting out of the menu instead of doing the trade, and that's super annoying because you have to like go back into the menu, go back to the person you want to trade with. So yeah, it's just not very. I
remember seeing a YouTube clip of the end boss fight where you have to fight the prison warden, who, if you've seen the movie, you can recognize as a very unintimidating, fat kind of dude in a suit, and he's kind of the last guy you have to beat in order to beat the game, and it's very strange because the end of the actual movie, Robbins ends up abducting the helicopter that the prison warden is landing down on, and just kind of grabs him and pushes him out of the helicopter, and that's the end. And here he's like this really robust, muscular end boss who you have to punch to death in order to beat the game. So
they give him the kingpin treatment.
A little bit. He's definitely the actor. He's actually a somewhat well-known character actor, Michael Lerner, and he's definitely like he's got my body type, which is not flattering at all.
I don't know that he has your body type. He has a very like exaggerated body type.
You see a lot of me from the shoulders up, so you don't get the full picture that is my robust physique. So it's.
Well,
I would not be a match for Ray Liotta. I'll give you that.
This island was an island of character actors, which is like, I mean, it was like so many of like, oh man, they wanted to make sure like Ray Liotta and Merrick, the bad guy, were like the only two that were like, these guys are movie stars.
Yeah.
Everyone else looks like normal people.
he was having fun with it. Like, he was definitely that movie villain where it's just like, I'm a manically happy guy who likes to fucking kill people. And, like, that's his entire shtick the whole time, and you could tell he was having a good time with it. I enjoyed
Hey, Two-Face!
his
Show me
hammy
how to
performance.
punch a guy!
I think this movie was better than Batman Forever. Like,
Yes.
a lot better than Batman Forever. It depends on what you're looking for. If you're looking to like laugh, then Batman
no
Forever.
escape, definitely.
yeah. Every time Ray Liotta talks about killing 150 women and children, it's just like a laugh riot.
It's like, joy-gasm!
Oh my God. His character is the worst. I fucking hate his character because it's like he is just like an asshole the entire way throughout the entire movie, and it is like even when it's
Hey, Raelio, what are you good at playing? Assholes. Just assholes.
lone wolf,
Yeah.
tough and cool. Great, cool.
His only defining characteristic is that he's defiant towards the good
Yeah.
guys, towards the bad guys. If you present him, he is the worst improv person ever because he's just, no. You want to help us out, Ray Liotta? No. I want to leave this island. Okay.
No, I have a
you can
gun.
do this. No.
There's literally a scene where like the dude who took him in to like the civilized gang, they're not really a gang, the civilization on the island.
civvies.
The civvies, yeah, the insiders. The dude named
The Sid Meier's.
Yeah, right. The father. The father's like, I'm dying, dude. Here, please take this book. If you escape the island, let everyone know what's going on here. And Ray Liotta's like, no. And the scene ends.
Because that is the premise of the movie, is that it is a secret prison island in which society does not know that prison island exists, and so the father, played by Lance Henriksen, wants to get the information out there, spread it to the media that illegal prison fun island actually exists, and then the powers that be within the government can then take care of it. I guess it doesn't.
It's all
address
a matter of spin because
It doesn't
this
address
is also
that.
the branch. This is the branch that becomes the Running Man. So whenever the people find out, they're like, "That's pretty awesome."
Yeah. Wait,
We wanna see
Why
that.
aren't we instead of shutting this down, what if we put a few cameras in there? Maybe film some of this, get some sponsors, maybe Gatorade, maybe Red Bull. See if we can
Maybe a little Richard Dawson.
Yeah.
Wrap it up nice.
Except Richard Dawson couldn't kiss any ladies. There weren't any women in this film. Did you guys notice that? There was not a single woman
Oh.
in the
definitely
entire...
does not pass the Bechdel test.
No.
Do they ever talk about women and how horny they are with all the men, or is it just completely glossed
No,
over?
it's just implied that they fuck each other because like they never bring it up ever.
They do
Is
eat
it
each other.
implied, or do we imply it? Like, oh, those guys are fucking, or they are all like,
That's a good point.
There is not implied, there is stated cannibalism, but there is no sexuality expressed in either direction in this movie.
it's 94. We don't want to gay it up, man. that's not gonna fly at all. Just there's a bunch of defiant men living on an island.
What's weird is that the movie gets occasionally like lighthearted, slapsticky almost in parts.
Yes,
Where
like when
they're
the dude gets decapitated.
Yeah, and
The Benny
where
Hill
like
theme play.
and the guy who brews alcohol gets exaggeratedly angry when Ray Liotta doesn't like his fermented urine, and it's kind of played off as very light, and this movie's tone just kind of jumps in a variety of directions, because then it'll have like Ray Liotta looking at a funeral pyre, and he's imagining all the women and children
Right.
that he killed, and he's having
hear
like
their
this
screams.
PTSD breakdown. And it's like, wait a minute, we were just having a laugh about 15 minutes ago about like the dwarf collector who found rubber on the shoreline and is trying to sell it, and the guy trying to buy Ray Liotta's boots if he dies.
Yeah, Johnny Drama's in the movie.
Yeah,
Who?
Kevin
Johnny
Dillon.
Drama from Entourage.
Kevin Dillon.
Oh, okay. I had to think for a second. 'Cause I've never seen a single episode of Entourage.
I've not seen many, but I saw him in the movie and I was like, that guy looks familiar. Why?
He plays
And
a
I
big
looked
role.
him up. And I was like, oh yeah, he has a pretty big role.
He's like fourth build on this. He's like the wayward teen who latches on to Ray Liotta's character and wants to look up to him.
I mean, he's on the poster. Big deal.
Yeah.
He's on the SNES box.
Man, you're a jerk to everybody. That's awesome.
Yeah, he's impressed by how he handled the outsiders. Because Ray Liotta's character is like the only one to have escaped from the outsiders. Because that's where they drop him off. When they bring prisoners to the island, they're like, drop them off with the outsiders. So Ray Liotta's
How did all
character-
they survive then?
How did all the outsiders
the
survive?
insiders survive.
Well, they were early. They were early survivors. So they're all
okay.
like old people, pretty much. I guess
Gotcha.
I don't know how Casey got there.
Why don't they
That's a good question.
Yeah, why don't they overrun the old people then? Speaking of Casey of the Piggy Palace fame, I mentioned he's a big movie guy, and I just mentioned this to him, and he turned to me, "Oh shit, man, I was thinking that like 2 days ago. Fuck, I love that movie. It's like my brother loves that movie, and I like it a lot, but it's a good afternoon killer, like in a good way."
It is a good afternoon killer, but it does surprise me to hear that it is somebody's like one of their favorite movies. But this is like one of those movies where it would be playing on like TNT or something in like, the early 2000s. And it's like, yeah, okay. Let's let this play.
In like the early 95s. on TNT.
I did watch this thing 3 times between Wednesday and today. So I watched it once. I watched it once in full, and then I fell asleep on the couch watching it 2 other times.
We found on this, if we've done anything on this podcast, we have discovered a plot hole in the movie, and that is
Just
Johnny Drama's character. How is he an insider if Ray Liotta's character is the only one who has escaped the outsiders? Mm-hmm. I don't know. I don't know how that happened.
Does the prison warden helicopter drop off? Because the warden is like, I think he's there in the helicopter when they drop him off, isn't he? No, he's in the command booth. Either way, they have a helicopter full of guards that they land in the island, and then they push Ray Liotta out, and then he's covered in rats. And it's
right.
It's really amusing because he's pushed out on the ground. You see him on the ground. There's not an animal in sight. And then they do a close up to him after the helicopter leaves, and he looks down and he's covered in rats, and he brushes them all off. Then the rats are gone, and the rats are never mentioned again. It's just like...
Yeah, it's like a scene from Are You Afraid of the Dark? Like, what's scary? Put rats on them!
Just a very quick moving rat swarm. I understand. I see those all the time.
So I'm guessing that the prison helicopter drop-off just happens at random spots, because they were talking about how the supply drop-off is random at any given time, so they never know when supplies are where they're going to be and when they're going to be dropped off. But the fact that the outsiders have a 6-to-1 numbers ratio over the insiders usually means that the outsiders get the drop-offs before the insiders get a chance to. That still doesn't solve how Kevin Dillon survived, because once he does get captured by the outsiders, he dies within about 5 minutes after that.
Yeah. They do the whole make Kirk and Spock fight thing. They do that.
Except it was like Kirk and Wesley.
Yeah. And it's like, I imagine that like moment was supposed to be really dramatic, but it's like, because like the kid is like, so the kid has to fight Ray Liotta, and the kid's like, kill me, and then Ray Liotta just does.
So Ray Liotta is the Team 4-star version of Vegeta. So, all right.
There's no like, no.
Idiot.
There's no like, no, we don't have to do it this way. The kid's like, kill me. And Ray Liotta just stabs him in the stomach.
You're real fucking dumb, but you would have died anyway. So later. Well, you got any achievements for this game?
I got a couple that came in from Twitch chat. The form totally broke. The Google form broke. It broke so bad that people could only input numbers. So my favorite achievement from Zalnop is 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. So in order to unlock 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3, you 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. And then some other achievements came in from Discord and Twitter. I've got one from Nathan, Man of Constant Sorrow. In order to unlock Man of Constant Sorrow, trade with Stefano. See if he has a can of Dapper Dan, because he totally looks like he is straight out of Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? Next achievement comes from Edgelord Kyle, and that is, well, that's one way to get a blowjob during social distancing. In order to unlock, well, that's one way to get a blowjob during social distancing. Get killed by the blowguns from the dudes in the trees who are trying to stay 6 feet away from you. This game kind of reminded me in parts of D&D because they all have like these ranged weapons that they're using on you, right? So the strategy is dodge their ranged attacks until you're right up on them, and then get within their range where they can't hit you.
Then Donkey Kong roll past them to the other side and punch them from behind.
Exactly. And they're so stupid that it takes them a long time to turn around, and then you just get behind them again and just keep hitting them in the back of the head. It looks a lot cooler in the movie.
Ray Liotta, master of the back attack.
Right? In the movie, Ray Liotta hits a dude once and he dies, but in this game, you have to hit him
I nearly
9
killed
times.
150 women and children with this move.
Did you guys have any achievements?
Jars of clay, and you get that by trading a lump of clay and praying that you get something for it.
All right.
Jars of clay.
Jars of clay. You trade clay for fire. That's how you acquire the fire.
Man,
Yeah.
you just jogged something hard. Acquire the fire. Shit, I forgot about that.
That's needed to visit the mole man.
Hey, Brandon. Brandon, Do-Rag Girl. Remember that? Are you
Do-Rag
listening?
Girl. Tell me about Do-Rag Girl.
All right, so Acquire the Fire was like a Christian, 3-day Christian concert type venue that we went to. And Brandon, for years, he kept talking about this incredibly hot girl wearing a do-rag.
Do-Rag Girl.
He kept walking by her and she'd eye him and they'd eye each other. He was like, I'm going to go talk to Do-Rag Girl. He never could find her again. So for years, he talked about, man, Do-Rag Girl was hot. And man, she wanted me. Fuck. Yeah. Too bad we didn't finger blast a Do-Rag Girl to acquire the fire.
Yeah. You miss every shot you don't take, I guess. Phil, do you have any achievements?
I'm gonna workshop one with you guys.
All right, perfect.
So it's Ray. When someone asks if you are a god, you say yes. Because
Does this involve Ernie Hudson's character Hawkins?
Because it involves Ernie Hudson's character Hawkins, and there is a character played by Ray Liotta. So maybe when Ray Liotta trades with Hawkins, you get that.
You always have to say yes to every trade with Hawkins.
There we go.
Yes, there you go.
That's really good. And Hawkins seems to have some things that would be really useful because he has a compass. He has a map of the coast. It's these things, I could see using these things to get off the island, but they're not going to help me get to the mole man. That's where
true.
I need to go.
That's where the real treasure
Right?
is.
So I saw some video on the Moleman level, and it looks like they 80% of it is taken directly from the caves in Castlevania 4.
A little derivative.
A little bit. It looks very they're fans. The people who made this game are fans of that of Castlevania.
So
Speaking of
Yetis that split into smaller and smaller versions, so many of them, the screen experiences a lot of slowdown.
Who did develop this game? Or am I
What's
stepping
that?
on? Who did develop this game? Or am I stepping on your toes for later in the show?
Not at all, man. Bits Corporation developed this game, and it released in 1994. They are famous for a few of these gems: Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves for the Game Boy, R-Type for the Game Boy. So there we go. They got one. Let's switch to the Super NES games. Gun Force, which was published by IRIM, but they developed it. They did Space Football 1-on-1.
That's not a game that you can play 1-on-1, though.
I've never played it. I mean, we will eventually for sure. They developed a game that I've heard is horrible, Terminator 2 Judgment Day for the Super Nintendo. They developed another game that I've heard is horrible, which is the Itchy and Scratchy game.
Oh, yes. Yes.
They developed Wolverine Adamantium Rage,
Ooh.
which I've heard is not good. but I never played it. It was one of those when I was a kid, I was like, man, I want to play Adamantium Rage. And someone was like, no, play the Capcom Mutant Apocalypse. Wolverine is way better in that game. It's like, it's not all Wolverine, but he's way better in that game.
But he doesn't have a energy bar that if he extends his claws, it loses mutant power pretty quickly.
Is that Adamantium, how Adamantium Rage works?
Well, that's the majority of all Wolverine games.
Oh,
you can only
yeah.
use his claws for just like a little bit of time.
Too powerful.
And his regeneration is basically non-existent.
Oh, yeah. No one knows how to handle that. That's why, like, in X-Men versus Street Fighter, man, him having a healing factor with, like, input command was like, this is fucking awesome. And they also did Dream TV for the Super Nintendo, Genocide 2. It's back. Genocide 2. Yeah.
They make a lot of movie
great.
games.
Oh yeah,
I see Last Action Hero. I see Mary Shelley's Frankenstein.
Which, man, I have not played Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, but I've watched the SNES drunk video on it.
Actually endorsed by Mary Shelley, oddly enough.
This game is pretty tits.
I keep a bag with my husband's heart in it, and this SNES game from the book I wrote.
100% approved by Lord Byron is actually on the cover of the game. So yeah, we have a lot of these to look forward to from the randomizer. I've heard that Last Action Hero isn't that bad.
I liked that movie growing up.
I didn't like it
Growing up
because I think I was like almost to the point where I mistakenly thought I was too good for it. You know what I mean? And it was like one of those where I just didn't like the fictional things coming out in the real world and vice versa. I wasn't all about it yet.
But it's a young Tywin Lannister with a fake eye.
Yeah, I know, right? With the smiley face eyeball or whatever. Yeah, but I need to rewatch it because it's like, I don't know, the more I think about it as an adult, I'm like, you know what? They were really trying to do some cool shit with that movie.
Yep.
So.
Especially the guy who owned the theater, looking up to Harry Houdini his whole life, and then like, do I pull Harry Houdini out? Do I meet him through like this? No, never meet your heroes.
Yeah, the judge from Night Court would be very disappointed in that. I can't remember his name right now for whatever reason.
Bull?
No,
The judge.
He's the bailiff.
Harry Anderson?
Harry Anderson.
Yeah. Harry and the Hendersons. Harry and the Andersons. The Night Court
They just have
spinoff.
dinner. Yeah.
It's the one with John Lithgow, where at the end of the episode he punches Harry until he runs into the forest.
He's the Trinity killer, and he actually...
All right, so there we go. That's that. That's the wonderful track record of Bits Corporation, Bits Studios. You guys want to take a gander? Want to take a guess at like where they are now? Bits Studios.
that had to be bought up by somebody.
They were bought up by a company I'm sure we're all very familiar with, Playwise. Playwise. They're a red link in Wikipedia. They were sold off to Playwise in 2008 due to poor trading results, and the company no longer has any trading operations. So they're done.
Trade-wise had spent all their money on purchasing bits and went defunct immediately afterwards.
The equivalent of Kirby sucking someone up and jumping off the stage in Smash Brothers.
Pretty much. Thanks, Playwise. I will say,
you shouldn't be in this world anymore. We Playwise will take care of this.
Ray Liotta for Smash. Next DLC. Ray Liotta for Smash.
You're right. No Escape Ray Liotta, just defiant to everyone.
Yeah. His ultimate smash is him just laughing loudly until people leave because they're uncomfortable. Yeah. So I don't know. There's 16-bit Ray Liotta in this game, which is kind of neat.
And that's the thing you didn't know you needed.
Yeah.
This is the only game in which you can play Ray Liotta. So
As far as we know.
Yeah, unless we make the other B Ray Liotta button in addition to the B Wolverine button.
Remember that Koei strategy game, Ray Liotta's Ambition? We got that one to play still.
Ray Liotta's Funhouse.
Itchy and Ray Liotta.
Ray Liotta Championship World League Soccer.
Super Ray Liotta chicken.
Ray Liotta minutes prime goal.
Balls. Parentheses. Ray Liotta.
Guys, I'm not sure if I want to drop the $60 or not on my Ray Liotta mini console. I haven't decided whether I'm going to pull the trigger on that.
So I had Big Dick Pie Baker Chris Vaughn 3D print me
A life-size
Ray Liotta. It's got an emulator in it that I plug into the TV.
All right, we have to make that now. We have to fashion a Ray Liotta out of like paper mache and put a retro pie inside of it.
It's just a Madame Tussauds wax figurine with a Raspberry Pi just pressed into it.
You guys want to take a guess at how much this game is? This game, Ray Liotta's No Escape, which has Johnny Drama, Ray Liotta, and Ernie Hudson on the cover.
$5.32.
I'm going to aim with this being... Well, no, I bet they thought they rolled out with this and they thought it'd be big. $10.53.
All right. Actual retail value of No Escape, the Super Nintendo game, loose, on average, according to PriceCharting.com, at the time of this recording, is $11.99.
All right.
Which I will say I'm kind of surprised because this game is rare. It's listed as a rare find in the Ultimate Nintendo Guide to the SNES Library 1991 through 1998 by Pat Contry, courtesy of Master Mold Mike. It is listed as rare and has a 2-star rating.
Okay.
I feel like that's probably pretty appropriate.
That's one we can agree with.
2-star isn't like way wildly off. This is not a good game. I don't think this is a good game at all, but I don't think it is one of the worst Super Nintendo games that I played.
No.
There are definitely other
You played that
games.
game for a while during your stream, like, I would play this over Street Hockey 95. I would play this over...
Yeah, even though people were asking me to stop playing it. I was like, I'm not going to stop playing it. It's not that bad. It's not bad enough to switch to Super Ghouls and Ghosts.
Yeah.
But it's pretty bad still.
Yep.
Although it is totally one of those, like, it is one of those games where, okay, so Phil said he saw a video of a guy fighting the last boss, which tells me that there is footage out there of how to get to the last boss, which kind of makes me want to find that and beat the game. But
All right, so special Saturday stream, No Escape.
I'm not going to do it because Animal Crossing exists. But if it didn't,
Yeah. Until you can find Ray and get him to come to your town in Animal Crossing.
the only way to do that is to name your island in Animal Crossing Absalom. That is the name of the prison island.
Okay.
Then Ray Liotta shows up.
Yeah.
You got to say, when he asks you anything, you say no to everything, and then he respects you.
He moves into your town.
And then he moves in. Never visit him, though.
Yeah, because he'll stab you.
He will stab you the fuck out of you. What if Animal Crossing was a prison island? I think that I would really enjoy that DLC, the Prison Island DLC.
See, Jacob and I talked about the Animal Crossing Noir, where it's suddenly turns like black and white, and there's a random murder of one of your villagers.
Oh yeah, I still want that murder, that murder mystery DLC. We talked about that a long time on the show.
A long time ago. Got anything else we can talk about?
I got some questions for you.
All right.
Tyler,
Yes, Dave.
if you were to give this game a beard that sums up how you feel about it, what kind of beard would it be?
Give it the rough, unshaven beard of one Ray Liotta in Wild Hogs.
Oh,
Yeah.
so does Ray Liotta have his own like motorcycle gang in
Yeah.
Wild Hogs? What are they? Are they called like the Little Leotas or what are they?
I don't
Little
recall.
Leota's Urban Achievers.
The Sweet Baby Rays. That works on multiple levels. Wild Hogs.
I'm Ray Liotta. This is my gang, Ray Liotta's gang. It gets the point across.
Everyone wanted to watch No Escape. Everyone. Henry wanted to watch it because he knew there was cussing in it, apparently. Nikki wanted to watch it because she loves Ray Liotta. Ray Liotta's been like in her like 5
Like in her top 5.
for a long time. Oh,
You
yeah.
need to go home and just start telling her
absolutely.
no to everything. And
Yeah.
like, Brenda should knife at her
You
if she
just
gets too close.
put my mascara on. So yeah, what I'm saying is the Ray Liotta life-size retro pie is staying at your house. Tyler,
Yes, Dave.
I like that beard
Thank you.
because it reminded me that Wild Hogs is a movie.
Yep. That's what I'm going to recommend for the next Experience Grind Netflix watch party.
Wild Hogs.
Wild
Is it on
Hogs.
Netflix? It's
I hope so.
got to be streaming somewhere.
Somewhere. Just Ray Liotta's house.
The despecialized edition of Wild Hogs.
Yeah, there's one with all the virtual huge motorcycles and shit in it. One where they're like, oh, there aren't enough like actual wild hogs, so we're going to add these in after the fact. John Travolta's not creepy and weird and plastic
God,
enough.
I forgot he was in that movie.
Yeah.
I forgot everything. I've seen this movie, but I've forgotten everything about it. So wait, let's go through it. Ray Liotta's the villain. You got John Travolta in it. You've also got, who else is in it?
Ask me for my glasses.
Tyler, I need my glasses.
I know who this is going to be.
Well, if I were to give this a pair of glasses to summarize how I felt about it,
Oh, those glasses.
I would give it the glasses of William H. Macy.
William H. Macy.
Yeah.
I forgot he was in that movie. Why did he do that? Why did he do
He
it?
was like, I did Boogie Nights. I'll do Wild Hogs. They're the
Boogie
same
Nights
movie.
is a good movie. It's the same movie. Maybe he got confused.
I'm the same character just 20 years later.
Wild Hogs does sound like it could be plausibly the sequel to Boogie Nights. Is Philip Seymour Hoffman, is he in Wild Hogs?
No, but Dr. Cox is.
Really?
Dr. Cox is the creepy cop who keeps chasing them around.
Oh, that's right. I
Yeah.
forgot about that. Is Martin Lawrence in that movie?
Yeah, I guess he's the only black character in the movie is Martin Lawrence.
Is it him? I can't remember.
I have no idea. I don't remember.
And then, hey Siri. Oh, never mind. I can't. Siri won't talk to me because we're talking to Phil right now. Let's just take a moment. I want to pull up the cast list of Wild Hogs. Phil, are you on it?
I'm on the Wikipedia page, but not the IMDb page.
All right, John Travolta. Oh, ho, ho, ho.
Yeah.
Tim Allen.
Oh, yeah. We were on Tim Allen. Tim the Toolman Taylor.
Martin Lawrence. Yes, you are correct.
All right.
Your girl, Marissa Tomei.
Yeah. I like Marissa. I like Marissa Tomei. Little Aunt May action.
Let's see.
So what we're trying to say is this movie's actually pretty good.
Well, Ty Pennington is also in Wild Hogs. Tie it all back.
It all comes around, baby. Ty Pennington. Where the fuck does he play, or does he just do set work?
I don't remember. Yeah, I hope so. You see him in the background building shit.
Are they like, this movie needs a Harrison Ford? Let's get Ty Pennington on here in case things go awry with John Travolta and get him in.
Randy Sklar had a... Randy and Jason Sklar both.
Here's what I love. Dude, I just did a Google search for Wild Hogs. Here are the reviews. IMDb, 5.8 out of 10. Rotten Tomatoes, 14%. Walmart, 4.8 out of 5.
Man, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I love that Walmart has its own review. When did that happen?
That's the voice of the people. That's the voice of the real Americans, Dave.
Oh my God.
Craig Walmart, and I find this movie to be subpar.
Oh my God.
Oh, I don't see it streaming anywhere for free. Well, I guess it's on Hulu if you have a Hulu subscription.
Okay,
YouTube, it's $2.99.
So Ray Liotta's character is named Jack Blade, and he controls the Del Fuegos biker gang.
So not the Sweet Baby Rays or the Little Leotas.
Well, Del Fuego is Spanish for Ray Liotta.
Oh, I forgot.
Yeah.
All right, so Wild Hogs is a 2007 action adventure comedy. It opened 10 times the amount that No Escape opened. Its box office opening is
Yeah, so
$40 million.
How did that taste in your mouth, Ray Liotta?
Stick with the Fuegos.
Wild Hogs made $253 million. This
$250 million.
Wild Hogs was a massive success.
Yep.
I never would have guessed that.
Why did we not get a Wild Hogs 2, or did we?
I think Wild Hogs is like, this is what shows me how out of touch I am with Middle America. I am a West Coast liberal elite. This is baffling.
Well, it's also 13 years old, so there is that. There's some solace there, I guess. But then again, that Walmart rating still is 4.8 out of 5.
So there was a sequel,
Oh
but it was canceled.
no! Why?
Here's why.
Okay.
Wild Hogs 2 Bachelor Ride was eventually happened.
Bachelor Ride?
Bachelor Ride. Wild Hog 2 starring John Travolta, Martin Lawrence, William H. Macy, and Tim Allen as 4 middle-aged friends who set off on the road trip before finding themselves in trouble with an infamous biker gang led by Ray Liotta.
Wait, was that the plot of the second one?
That's still the first one.
Oh, okay.
While Wild Hogs received almost universal negative reviews, the film would gross over $250 million and do a tidy business on DVD also. Wild Hog beat David Fincher's acclaimed thriller Zodiac at the box office.
I mean, that makes sense, though.
So
I mean,
while
really.
critics might have hated it, it struck a chord with audiences. Became a little surprised when Wild Hogs 2 Bachelor Ride was announced soon after, which will reunite the cast, but it didn't happen. Disney abruptly dropped the sequel in 2009 along with several other projects.
That's a Disney joint? I didn't know
John
that.
Travolta soon reunited with Wild Dogs Helmer Walt Becker for Old Dogs.
Old Dogs. Oh, yeah.
A family movie co-starring Robin Williams. Received even worse reviews than Wild Hogs did, and while the movie was a modest success, the box office take proved disappointing to Disney.
Were they going to do a Hogs Dogs crossover? What were they doing?
This felt that underperformance was linked to its leading men, while Disney canceled a planned comedy called Wedding Band, starring Robin Williams and Anna Faris, and Wild Hogs 2 Bachelor Ride. The lukewarm performance of Martin Lawrence in the comedy College Road Trip didn't help that. So all the stars then did shit that flopped. They were like, nah.
I feel like that's the wrong call, though. I mean,
Clearly they all worked together.
And the movie makes $250 million. I feel like you take a chance. I would if it were me and my $250 million.
It also didn't fit in with Disney's slate at the time. It was propping up Tron Legacy, Pirates of the Caribbean, On Stranger Tides, and John Carter. So basically, I think it sunk too much into John Carter to afford Wild Hogs 2.
Okay, well that's good. That's good to know.
Yep.
Wild Hogs 2. We hardly knew ye.
Some more Wikipedia deep diving. Walt Becker, the director, directed Buying the Cow, Wild Hogs, Old Dogs, Zookeeper, Alvin and the Chipmunks, The Road Chip, and Clifford the Big Red Dog. 6 of his 7 movies that he's been involved with in his filmography career are animal-based. There's a good chance that Walt Becker is a furry.
Well, just like that one Nickelodeon director who did all the shows in the early 2000s for Nickelodeon,
right,
has a foot fetish. So all the kids in the show do weird shit with their feet.
Okay.
I watched the supercut of it.
When I said right earlier, I did not know that's what was...
Right, yes.
I thought you were talking about the Nicktoons lady who we saw in that video.
No.
I didn't realize this
John
was going to go... So wait, back that up.
Uh-huh.
What? Foot things?
So I asked Brainy Jr. about this.
Yeah.
Because I showed her the video and I was like, was there a lot of weird feet stuff that the kids would do? And
so this
like,
was,
oh my God, yes.
This was recent then. This wasn't like Nickelodeon.
20 years ago. But
this was,
yeah.
I see.
So like early 2000s.
Okay.
So early 2000s to mid to like 2010.
Okay, because I was about to say she wasn't born then.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Well,
okay.
yeah. So but he was doing stuff in the 2000s era.
Okay, that's
But
like when he started.
He eventually, like the 2010s, when he's doing what's that shit like Zoe 101 and
Nope, don't know that one.
What Victorious, which gave what's her name her start.
Melissa Joan Hart
Dated Pete Davidson, Ariana Grande, yeah, and then like all of those teeny bopper shows.
She was on a show.
Yeah, and they're all like YouTubers and stars, and like in all their YouTube videos for their fans, they're doing weird shit with their feet, like pouring slime on their feet and stepping in shit, and it's very weird. And there's all this feet related humor.
I do a search for Nickelodeon feet. Nickelodeon feet guy. Suggested search.
Yep.
Okay, sorry. Go on.
And it was
No,
the
that's
director?
about it. I watched a mini documentary about it. He was the director behind all of it. And
Daniel J. Schneider.
Schneider. Yeah.
Yep.
Here's a Reddit post, and
he was like all of that. He was behind all of that, and yeah.
In our Out of the Loop, there's a post that says, "What's up with Dan Schneider and feet?"
Yeah.
All right.
So underage feet.
Oh yeah, Google Dan Schneider feet, and you get some creepy looking pictures.
Yes, you do. All right, Dan Schneider TV shows. The Amanda Show. Zoe 101. You mentioned that one. iCarly.
That was Britney Spears' little sister that was canceled when she got pregnant.
God, wow. It's amazing the things that I didn't know about children's programming after I was not a child. I feel like this is probably pretty normal, but I don't feel like it.
I'm sorry you missed so much in our 3-year age gap.
Victorious, which you mentioned, and I still don't know what that is. Henry Danger, Sam and Cat.
That was like a spinoff of one of the shows, I think.
Drake and Josh, which is the thing I've heard of.
I've heard a lot about Jake and Josh.
Because they're like Drake and Josh video games or something.
I don't know.
Game Shakers. There's a lot. Dan Schneider was busy dude.
Because like Melissa knew all these because she watched those with the kids.
Sure, yeah.
Dan Schneider movies. Good Burger.
Wait a minute.
Good. Oh, he did Good Burger. Okay.
Wait a minute. Head of the Class, 1986. What's up with that? I used to watch that.
Any weird feet stuff in Head of the Class? Let's go back.
No, but I'm trying to think of this weird mouth stuff. There's a spin-off to Head of the Class called Billy.
That makes sense. Billy of the Class.
No way it's that same Dan Schneider. It's not the guy who he's not the actor from Head of the Class, right? Dan Schneider is an American actor, television writer, and producer. I guess it's fucking him. How weird is that? Yeah, he played, I can't remember the character's name, but he played one of the kids in Head of the Class.
Dennis.
And, wow. Okay.
Dennis Blunden.
Dennis Blunden is his name?
That's the IMDb credit he's got for Head of the Class.
Wow. We've covered a lot of ground today. I feel like this is the best part of the podcast.
From Wild Hogs to a producer's foot fetish, this is No Escape with Ray Liotta. You got any more of them questions?
I've got a couple questions. I think.
Yeah.
I think I have a couple questions. I received a message today from one Prime Inquisitor, Ross Rachel Green, our friend from over the seas in the fantastical land of Albion, and he provided me a link to what appears to be a quiz. Man, if this is a Head of the Class quiz or a Nickelodeon shows from early 2000s to mid 2000s quiz, I feel like we're going to do pretty poorly, but it would be funny.
It would be funny.
Instead, we have a quiz entitled Happy Star Wars Day. Today is May 4th that we're recording this episode, so I guess that makes sense. Ross says, to celebrate such a momentous occasion, I would be remiss not to make a quiz on the past Star Wars games that have been released. You have only played 5, and they are far too easy to guess because they have been terrible. So these are games that you have not done a show on, so no guessing episode numbers this week. But I will put the year they were released for funzos. So enjoy, and may the 4th be with you always.
So Star Wars games we haven't done episodes on.
Yes. This is going to be ultra embarrassing for me.
I'm going to take a nap.
Because I probably played some of these and don't remember the names, or because look, guys, there are a lot of bad Star Wars games.
Yeah.
Are you ready to begin?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. First question.
Terakasai.
This is the fighter. Yeah, the PlayStation 1 fighter.
There you go. That's that one.
Terrace Kasi, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
This was the first video game made of the franchise.
Star Wars.
What was the name of the Atari game? I think it might have been Empire Strikes Back, where it's like AT-AT walkers or AT-ATs. I think that might have been the first one.
Was that before that like arcade that you sat in that was like the wireframe Death Star run?
Yeah, the Vector arcade game. I think that was just that. I think that was just called Star Wars. Do you think that came out in the arcades before? I mean, it probably did. I'm good to go with that. All right, let's go with that. Star Wars, the arcade game.
Perfect.
What year? 1979?
Yeah.
78? What do you?
Yes.
All right.
In the middle. 1978 and a half.
78 and a half. Let's see. It is, in fact, 1982, The Empire Strikes Back, Atari 2600.
Right.
Next question. This action-adventure game for Windows looked very similar to the Zelda series, had no real central plot, and was just a collection of objectives. This is Yoda Stories. It came out in probably 1996 is my guess. I played it.
Yeah, all right.
I'm locking it in, unless you guys object.
Nope.
1997 Yoda stories. Next question. This game was the third in its series and was designed for multiplayer, so had no single player besides a practice mode. Is that a Battlefront game?
Were there like X-Wing games on computer?
There were X-Wing games, but... Oh, maybe it was X-Wing versus TIE, because I don't think that had a single player mode. Did it, Phil? Do you recall?
I never played any of the Star Wars computer games.
Outside
of like KOTOR.
I can't remember if X-Wing versus TIE didn't have single player or I just skipped it because we played multiplayer all the time. Yeah. I think that's a good guess, though. Let's do X-Wing versus TIE because that is the third in that series. The year would have probably been like 1998 is my guess. It is 1997 X-Wing versus TIE Fighter.
I got it.
Well done, Tyler.
You think he's going in chronological order?
I think you might be right.
So when we get to 2007, we should definitely guess Wild Hogs.
Which is owned by Disney, so technically in the Star Wars universe. Ray Liotta could show up at any moment in a Star Wars movie. Next question. This game took the one good sequence from this film and stretched it into a very enjoyable game that was ported to just about every platform at the time.
That sounds like pod racing.
That is Star Wars. It's the pod racing game, but I'm not sure it's called pod racing. It might be like Star Wars Racer.
I don't know the name. I just know the concept. It has to be pod racing.
It's that one, yeah. What year do you
Formula One midichlorians.
Yes. Like 1999?
99?
Yeah, that was like Phantom Menace. All right, 99, the pod racing game.
Yeah.
It is 1999, Episode 1, Racer.
Close enough.
Very close. Next question. This vehicle combat game was, by all accounts, fairly mediocre, despite being based on the Vigilante 8 engine, which was quite good.
Nope.
We are getting into the realm of I did not play Star Wars games so I have no idea what this is.
A Battlefront game now?
Could be a Battlefront. Could be Star Wars Battlefront 1, but I don't know.
Was that a vehicle combat game, though?
I mean, there was probably vehicle combat in it, but probably not all vehicle combat.
Does space fighting, TIE fighting, does that count as vehicle combat?
I would say yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that doesn't help me out, but it narrows down the concept.
Star Wars Space Battalion.
Presented by Ray Liotta.
Ray Liotta.
Locking it in. Star Wars Space Battalion, starring Ray Liotta. 2000. We're going to go with 2000. Locking it in.
Good answer.
2000. We got half of it right.
All right.
Demolition. Never heard of it.
Yeah.
Demolition. Demolition. Didn't know it was a game. Next question. This real-time strategy game contained campaigns that spanned across several of the franchise's movies. I played this game. I cannot remember what it is called. It's something maybe like Assault.
Was it a standard kind of like top-down RTS?
Yeah.
Warcraft thing?
Yeah.
I never knew that they made a Star Wars RTS.
Yeah, I played a little bit of like the Imperial campaign, but like not enough to remember what it was called. Maybe like Strike is in the name, or maybe Assault is in the name. I can't remember. But it was
Star Wars Strike Assault.
Star Wars Strike Assault 2001.
Yep.
Locking it in, starring Ray Liotta and the rest of the Wild Hogs cast. It is 2001 Galactic Battlegrounds. How could I not remember a name like Galactic Battlegrounds? Next question. This Xbox exclusive game received mixed reviews and takes place before and during the time of a film released at the same time, which also received mixed reviews. No idea. An Xbox exclusive Star Wars game?
What Xbox game based on one of the two latter prequels?
Yeah.
Would it be?
I was about to say, because I saw.
Is there an Attack of the Clones?
Yeah. Star Wars Attack of the Clones.
Star Wars Attack of the Clones. 2003. Locking it in.
Yeah.
It is 2001 Obi-Wan. Didn't know that existed.
Okay.
Nope.
Yoda stories I know. Anything after 99 till about 2012, I don't know really. Next question. This game features the franchise's more lovable but questionable characters and was one of the better games set in the universe. Is that an Ewoks thing?
It was like Lemmings, but just called Ewoks.
Ewoks. Don't let them Ewok off that ledge. There you go.
Nice.
Is there
There you go.
Is there a Sims-style Ewoks game?
I don't know. The Ewoks?
Yeah, where you just build shit.
I can see the logo. Instead of a house, it's just a hut.
You gotta design your own tree fort.
Ewok Rube Goldberg Simulator.
I have no idea what this is. Ewoks!
Ewoks! Exclamation point.
Exclamation point. 2003, locking it in. It is, in fact, 2002 Bounty Hunter.
Yeah, Ewoks is better.
The
Next
Ewoks
question.
could still be the bounty hunter.
That is true. I would like to play an Ewok bounty hunter in a Star Wars tabletop game.
Yeah.
His calling card is always some piece of stone that was sharpened. Next question. This MMO was the best game ever released. So there. That'd be Star Wars Galaxies? Was that the name of the MMO?
I never even took a look at it. Never even sniffed it.
I think it's Galaxies.
Sounds all right.
2007?
Sure.
I don't know. 2007 Star Wars Galaxies, locking it in. 2003 Star Wars Galaxies. Phew, we're back.
There were a lot of MMOs that came out towards the end of when I was in college. I remember the market was just flooded with every property you could get an MMO with.
None of them were as good as that Ray Liotta MMO, though. That one, I think, was probably one of the better World of Warcraft spinoffs. Next question. This galaxy
I'm
spanning...
trying to think Ray Liotta.
This galaxy-spanning RPG was the poster boy for The Impossible, a great game based on a movie franchise despite not being based on one of the movies. This has to be KOTOR.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What year did Knights of the Old Republic come out?
2004. That came out when I was in college, so it would be like senior year of college. I want to say 03.
All right, 2003, Knights of the Old Republic, locking it in. It is 2003, Knights of the Old Republic.
Nice, Phil.
Well done.
We got one.
That's a game that I started and didn't finish because I became a Jedi, and then a whole bunch of farmers were like, help us with this farming dispute. And I was like, goodbye. Goodbye forever. Went from fighting droids on a spaceship to talking about agriculture with dudes.
Other than enough, it's college.
We have a fun time question, a little bonus. Fun time. A marketing genius tells you that they can make prom as big as PAX. The only caveat being that you get no say and cannot host your own prom, but you will both walk away with 25% of the revenue each. What do you do?
Yeah, sure. We did it once. I didn't see.
Well, fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever, right?
We'll do it once, make a bunch of money, then see if we want to do it again.
If it turns out not great on the next episode of TADPOG, we're
Like Cornhole, Tyler, and Dave.
we're like, whoa, that sure didn't work out. But it was weird that all of a sudden we had like thousands of people at prom, huh?
Yep.
At least we'd have a good story.
Yeah, you're right. Thank you, Ross.
Thank you, Ross.
Very good. Grand Inquisitor.
I say we do
I got
it
one more
as long
question
as
for you guys.
you do.
Oh.
I do. It is a game called How Many Movies from 1994 Became Super Nintendo Games?
All of them. Forrest Gump for the SNES.
8.
Dave,
I'm going to say 8.
what do you think?
All right. Man. So we already know Last Action Hero.
guys have
we
played
know
some of
we
them.
know at least we've played some of them. Based on movies. Man, I feel like 8's a really good one, man. But I'm gonna go for a little bit higher.
1. One game.
$1.
12.
Ding, ding, ding. It is 12.
Hey!
Nice.
It was a guess. So I
Damn.
can't be too proud.
Damn.
So we got
You can be very proud of a guest,
Yeah.
David.
The force is strong with me on this May 4th.
Lion King, which you guys have already done. There's Time Cop, Stargate.
That's probably the one you forgot.
Did you guys play Stargate?
Yes, with Ian
Okay.
was on that one.
So we've done 2. True Lies, The Flintstones, the movie version of The Flintstones. Ninjas.
Leaving Rock Vegas?
I can't remember which one it was. That might have been the sequel. By the way, the Flintstones was like the 5th biggest movie of 1994. That movie made a lot of money.
I loved it. God, I fucking loved that movie.
The original?
Oh, yeah. I watched it so much.
You guys have done Three Ninjas Kick Back.
Yes, we have. It's our most watched YouTube video.
There's also The Mask, The Page Master, The Shadow, Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, and Street Fighter the movie.
There's a shadow game?
There is a shadow game. You get to play as video game, what's his face?
How many Baldwins are in Super Nintendo games?
34.
Which Baldwin was it?
There's the Biodome video game. There's the Usual Suspect.
There's a Biodome video game?
No, I'm just trying to think of Baldwin vehicles that...
The Encino Man video game. No, that's not a Baldwin, is it?
Brendan Fraser video games. That's a whole other category.
Oh, the Monkey Bone video game was the best.
Monkey Bone. It was Alec. It was Alec Baldwin in the shadow.
Oh, we were still trying to figure that out? Sorry, yeah, it was... I kept thinking
Bless
of...
you, Tyler.
I kept thinking of his character name in 30 Rock. I'm like, it's Jack something. It's,
Jack, what, 30 Rock? Jack Lemmon?
Jack Lemmon.
God.
Yeah,
I wish
that
they would have
sounds
rolled that into 30 Rock canon. Jack Lemmon is the shadow.
Well, real quick, just while I'm thinking about it, I'm going to grab this bat over here, this soft
please.
batter up bat.
Yeah.
Place one end of it on the ground.
Dunk the other end to a 3/4 full red Solo cup of piss.
Pour that on my head.
It's like a Lick-a-Maid.
It's the randomizer's holy water. Put my head on the other end of this bat and wild and crazy kid style, spin around on it, point my no hole in a random direction, saying the prayer we all love to say. Pitu putu pitu putu pitu putu pitu putu boop boop.
All right, I have to consult the tablet while you're doing this. I'm just sitting here.
I wonder what he's gonna choose.
I was thinking about Alec Baldwin.
I do that all the time. I get it.
I was sitting here daydreaming about Alec Baldwin. I was like, I wonder if we could put a retro pie in an Alec Baldwin look-alike.
What if it would fight the Ray Liotta look-alike?
Like Rock'em Sock'em Robots life-size. Ray Liotta and Alec Baldwin fighting in your garage.
My daughter's a pig. No. Shut up, Lemon. No.
I want to hear Ray Liotta's Trump
Damn
impression.
you, Wild Hogs.
All right, please continue the prayer. I'm sorry. That was very sacrilegious of me.
Pitu putu pitu putu pitu putu 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 boop boop boop. No whammies, no whammies, no whammies. Stop.
312.
Let the D's.
It's the M's.
M's. I'm pretty close.
It's very close.
Mega Man Soccer.
Madden NFL 97.
No.
Let's go ahead and knock all those fucking games out.
Yep. We've done Madden 94. That was on IGN's Top 100.
Yep.
So we have 95, 96, 97, 98 might be the last Madden game for the SNES.
Okay.
So
Let's do that and say, hey, Dennis, you want to come on?
yeah, I mean, sounds good to me.
Madden 97, that might have the create a play. There was a Madden game that I rented, and there was a create a player function where it would send you through a variety of mini games, and however well you did in the mini games would determine your rating in speed and catching and all the other.
That's cool.
Interesting.
So
So it's kind of like Quarterback Club a little bit in that regard,
Kind
I
of.
guess. But the mini games mean something.
So you really do have to play all the Madden games to make sure you get all those little tidbits and features identified.
Well, that's
Or not.
okay. I only have 4 to play.
Yeah.
Or I could play one and then research them all. Or I could do the research first, find the more interesting one, the most interesting one, and then play that one. And then be like, the rest of the games are probably real similar.
There you go. Yep.
We're hardly a retro gaming podcast. I think we'll be okay to do that.
Yeah.
We're more a Wild Hogs Ray Liotta podcast.
So we're hardly a podcast. We're
Yeah. It's amazing that we have any sort of following whatsoever.
We're more just retro.
Yeah.
So yeah. We're like Wild Hogs, head of the class, retro. Well, thanks for listening, everybody. You'll find the next show will be over I just Madden, all the Maddens for Super Nintendo. Madden.
All the Maddens.
Just John Madden.
Fit for Alec
it is
Baldwin.
an episode on John Madden, the person.
Perfect. Let's see. So you want to send us something like Matt did, Matt and his lovely wife? You can send that to Tadpog Studios, care of Nicole Nance, PO Box 3785, Paducah, Kentucky 42002. You want to call us? 270-883-2555. We take calls sometimes.
We do have a backlog building up.
Yep.
We should probably take calls at some point, maybe on a Madden episode.
Oh, that sounds really good. Hey, we're on Facebook. You got Tadpog on Facebook. That's where we post memes and episode posts. And then, but you want that dank shit your grandma shouldn't see? That's Tadpog Nation. And if you're a good boy, enjoys a wide range of topics, all put into rooms of some sort where you would chat. That's the Discord.
The Tadpog Palace chat.
Yeah. What, bit.com/
bit.ly/Ray Liotta chat.
Perfect.
For boys only. That'll get
All
you
right,
there.
you got to make it on there. You got to put it on there.
I already did it. I don't understand.
Perfect. Hey, do you want one of those sweet Soda Jerk shirts when those publish? Shirts.tadpog.com.
Yeah, that is broken now, and I don't know why. So I got to fix that.
All right.
Shirts are going to kind of come one of those things where it's like, should I still use Amazon for this? Because I don't know.
They're being dicks about it.
Yeah, and it's like if you search for Tadpog on Amazon, you only see 2 of our shirts too, and it's like that's kind of a problem.
Yep.
And yeah, so I don't know. We do have shirts.
Yep.
We're working on it.
Yep.
Send Dave $10 and he'll send you one of his shirts.
Technically,
Just a shirt out of his closet.
yes, we could do that. Yeah. My 2001 genitalia shirt.
Hell yes.
That's priceless. Someone pays me $400. I'll send you that shirt.
Let's see. And then Tadpog_podcast on both Twitter and Instagram. And then, most importantly, I want to bring up that Patreon. Let me do that real quick. I say I do that real quick. However quick my internet will do it. All right. So, wow. Okay. I'm not sure where I left off. So, let's see. I believe I thanked Lands Op and the big increase from Big Dick Pie Baker Chris Vaughn. Let's see. A huge increase from Chicks with Dixon. Thank you.
Thank you.
Wow. A huge increase from Zeus Laser. Holy shit. Thank you. And I see a repledge by Usurper Grim. Thank you, Usurper Grim. Yeah, there we go. Thank you very much, everybody.
Yeah,
wow.
Thank y'all.
Hey, Phil. What is our theme song?
It is Moves by Sycamore Drive.
Perfect. Thank you. Thanks for coming on, Phil. I appreciate you very much.
Thanks for having me. It was good to talk to you guys again. I've been waiting for another game to come up, and it hasn't. I've been petitioning hard for a bass fishing game to the point that it has now become fetishized in the Discord community.
It is
so
true.
we'll get there. We'll get there eventually. But I'll
Maybe
wait
I
and bide
should
my
end
time.
every stream with Bassin's Black Bass. 30 minutes of Bassin's Black Bass. That game has a battery save feature. That's pretty great.
Wow.
Sorry, Phil, I cut you off. I was
You're good.
I was all caught up in the moment of Bassin's Black Bass.
I've given you guys a list of like 60 plus games, and the fact that it just shows how many 60 plus games that I own and would be happy to come in and guest host on, and the fact that you can go like half a year without any of them being called just gives us an idea of just the vast expanse of Super Nintendo games that are out there that you still have
the
to play through.
randomizer's power. Yes.
We'll get you back on for Ray Liotta's Carp Fest.
Yeah.
Or William H. Macy's Bluegill Blitz.
I do like Bluegill Blitz. That's a good Wild Hogs 2 motorcycle gang name.
John Travolta's crappie fishing game. All right. Well, I think then we have some executive producers.
We do. This episode was executive produced by the following people. This is the high scoreboard. Coronavirus Savior, Cubicle Monkey, Chicks with Dixon, Zeus Laser, Usurper Grimm, God Emperor Alex Pena, Chase Coburn, Cousin David Galino, Laud Mulaney Dennis, Cody Phillips, Joseph Phillips, Platinum member Brett Miller, the Eightfold Daniel Abernathy, Magical Sleeper, Master Cycle Baron Kevin Link, Drinksmith Joey Webster, Executive Producer Dig Duggy, Pinball Archmage Chris Edler, and some dude named Sandwich Pope Phil Hawkins.
Thank you all so much.
Thank you.
So much.
Very much. It makes a huge difference. It seriously makes a huge difference.
Well, how you guys want to close this one out?
I guess like Ray Liotta. I mean,
I was going to say, as your favorite Wild Hogs character, which could include Ray Liotta, so that's good.
Ray Liotta.
Oh, yeah, all right.
What's he sound like, though?
Defiant.
Probably about exactly what you'd imagine.
Can anyone do a Ray Liotta impression?
I don't know.
I don't. Okay. I don't know either. I mean, he just sounds like a guy.
Yeah.
I feel it's kind of nasally and angry.
Okay.
So that's what I'm going with.
All right. I needed that direction. Thank you. Yeah,
Okay.
because I can't even.
Did you ever play Grand Theft Auto Vice City?
I did play Grand Theft Auto Vice City.
He was the main character. Ray Liotta voiced Tommy, the guy that you played as.
He voiced Tommy Vercetti?
Yeah. So if you can picture that in your head,
I didn't know that. Okay.
he's got some video game chops.
Yeah, he does.
All right. Hey, he was in there with Jenna Jameson, I believe.
So until next time,
Tropical
Capricorn. Felicity Huffman's my wife.
He's just a Pokemon. Ray Liotta. Ray Liotta.
Right.
Ray Liotta.
Ray Liotta dismissive attack. No.
What's his evolution?
Ron Liotta.
Lee of Shriver.